Ready to go, we're rocking and rolling. Good afternoon. I tell you what, Sunday. I woke up this morning in the UK. It's Sunday here, and I woke up this morning and I thought, oh no, do I have to really get up? And I woke up and I still got my lockdown hair, still got my long hair, and I was thinking to myself, what am I gonna do? And next minute I thought, get out of bed, Steve, get out of bed. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me for all last week. We have now 26,000 members, and I'm very grateful for that. And on our radio, we got a radio and podcast. On our radio site, I think it's gone up to 6,000. So in total, we're doing really, really well. Thank you so much. I've got somebody here today, and he comes from Canada, comes from Orlando, and he just podcasting himself. And do you call yourself So? Do you call yourself So? Hello? Hello? Anyway, got So here, and he does his own podcast. Hello, So. Hello.
All I'm hearing is static.
Yeah.
It was fine before. It was fine before we went live.
All right. Don't know. I can see you. Everything's all right with me this end.
I'm hearing the occasional mull of a word, and it's very electronic. So I'm not able to make out any sentences. I don't know if you can hear me at all either.
I can hear you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard you there. I don't know what's going on with this. It says I've got a strong internet connection, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I can hear you. So, are you going to tell me? So, what do you actually do on your podcast then?
What do I do on my podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. I've got 3 of them, actually. Soulforge Podcast is my main podcast. It's all about life, living, the universe, stupid things we do for love. I have people who have suffered from and survived suicide. We've talked about mental health in various forms, anxiety, depression, that kind of stuff. Sometimes we just talk about books we've written. A lot of author interviews on the show. Pretty much anything goes, as long as there's something interesting to talk about, then it'll be an episode. Comes out every Thursday.
Right, okay. Cool. And how many followers do you have at the moment on your podcast?
It varies. When I first started it had quite a few, and ever since the pandemic hit, the listenership has gone way down. So I don't know. It's hard to keep track because I've got 3 shows. I've got Soulforge Podcast, which is all about life and living. I've got the Rusted Robot Podcast, which is weekly pop culture geeky stuff, like casting news, celebrity deaths, Star Trek, that kind of stuff. And then I've got Cosmic Pizza, which is hosted with 2 guys from Britain, and we talk about pretty much anything as well, like the anti-bucket list, favorite DVDs, immortality, pretty much anything, and that's about 8 months old now.
Okay, and when you're talking about kind of the two guys that you got over here in the UK, then, um, do you kind of like talk about religion quite a bit?
Can't hear you again.
Do you talk about religion?
Oh, religion. Not too much. I did have an atheist on, and we talked about his beliefs and his lack of beliefs, and where he developed that from. I think I did one episode on reincarnation and another on my thoughts on God. So we've touched on religion, but it's not a major part of the show.
All right, okay, yeah. And what is your thoughts on God then?
What is what?
What is your thought of what is your thoughts on God? Do you believe?
I think so. I'd like to believe that there's a God. I didn't grow up religious, although I was baptized. My mom was very religious, but we didn't go to church. And I would like to think that there's a God out there or some kind of higher power, some kind of cosmic force, but I don't know. But I'd like to think so.
Right, okay. So on your editing, on your kind of like podcast editing or on your Facebook, you got something on there about God, about on a spaceship or something?
Oh yes, in my bio it says, "What does God need with a starship?" And that's a line from Star Trek V, the fifth movie. And
Right, okay.
have you seen that movie?
I did, yeah, really good.
Yeah, and that's my favorite line from all of Star Trek, where Captain Kirk asks this creature, "What does God need with a starship?" And it's just a fantastic line, and I've always loved it.
Right, okay. When you kind of like doing your podcast, how often do you talk about mental health?
Mental health, fairly often. Let me just pull up my app here, and I'll take a look at the last few. Like the last episode that came out this past week was just a chat with one of the ice road truckers. That's a show on I don't know, one of the channels, TLC or something like that, maybe Bravo, and it's about truckers who drive on the ice roads in the winter here in Canada. So I talked to him. The week before was an interview with a guy who writes sexy poetry. And the week before that was about the love of philosophy. But the one before that was advice on how to be a man or a good person in society. So not mental health specific, but just things that are good pieces of advice. And
Do you
it
ever
looks
get
like... Oh, go ahead. Do I ever get...
Do you ever get people on who's actually committed suicide?
Well, I've got one who tried to,
Yeah.
and she told her story of what she went through and how she suffered and how she survived and the feelings of guilt and how she didn't feel like a good mom and that kind of thing. So that was quite a powerful episode.
Yeah, yeah. When I did television and film and stuff, I I tried committing suicide, and sometimes when you try to commit suicide, you kind of like you're not thinking about anything else. You're thinking about that you want to really end your life.
To
Um,
end the pain.
yeah, just to end the pain. Yeah. Um, do you ever do you know through the COVID? Do you get many people on your podcast feel the same way as I feel?
I don't get too much feedback, but there's a regular listener who often writes in about his thoughts on my episodes and that kind of thing, and he's had a lot of mental health struggles over the years, and he hasn't quite said that he's tried it, but from things that he's hinted at, I think he may have.
Yeah, yeah. Because on my shows and everything, we cover a lot with mental health, knife crime. We cover we cover everything really on our show. but just mainly about life, and how life can kind of like get in the way that we're trying to do, basically.
Oh yes. Hmm.
I'd like to show you a video if that's okay.
Sure. looked like you went on quite a journey.
That's it. The trouble is with mental health and everything is when somebody kind of like puts you down, and when you're going through like mental illness or if you're going through anything in your life, and when somebody knocks you down, sometimes it's hard to get back up again.
Oh, that's for sure. I know. I was bullied quite a bit as a kid back in public school, so I know.
You know, and it's even if people like say things like on on programs about you or about even about people who if you say somebody to somebody, oh look at him, like he's a bit fat or he's a bit you might not believe it, or but that person will kind of like he will receive it, then he'll do something about it. He'll probably got two choices. He'll probably deal with it, or two, he'll probably think, oh, I hate myself, so I'm going to commit suicide.
Right, because people don't know that words are powerful, especially if you're already vulnerable. So
Yeah,
it's always best to be kind.
yeah, yeah. What do you think about that video?
I wish I could have heard all of it. It looked like there was an interview with some TV hosts, but I couldn't hear any audio. It looked like they were trying to help you, I think, or learn
Yeah,
more about
yeah,
your struggles.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I fast forward it because I wanted to get onto the most important thing is because in the beginning you saw that writing saying that what we're going through, the
Yes.
struggle, the struggle, then coming through it, then at the end we're doing something about our life, and getting to the end. But of course, there's never an end in life, is
Nope.
it? Until you know,
Until the very end.
yeah, till the very end.
That's right. Yeah, and it looked like you and the lady in the picture were working out hard and doing everything you could.
Yeah, yeah. But see, the trouble is, life, like with mental health, when you kind of like when someone is going through mental health, and when you're like sectioned on the Mental Health Act, people will come out like stigma and go, "Oh, look at him, look, you know, he's a weirdo because he's got mental health problems and stuff like that." Now, for me, when I got sectioned under the Mental Health Act, yes, I did go into a unit, but I went into a acute unit, and but I did need help because I tried jumping off a bridge.
Oh wow.
All right, and when I got to that bridge, when I said to you in the beginning about have you got faith, why I said that is because sometimes whatever we do in life, we make choices every day, and
Yes.
and every day we could kind of like if we every we don't know that we're going to be here tomorrow, do we?
Never. No, nothing's guaranteed.
If it's guaranteed. And it's like when I wanted to jump off that bridge, I wanted to jump off that bridge. But luckily, people came along and took me back, and
Good.
I had to realize that that there was something more than kind of like trying to kill myself in life.
Yeah, and that's exactly some of the same kind of stuff that we talk about here on the Soul Forge. Like I said, the lady who tried to commit suicide, other people who have been depressed and either thought about it or contemplated it or almost tried but didn't. So that was a lot actually when I first started the podcast. The last 6 months or so, I've tried to get away from that because everything with the pandemic has been super depressing. So I've been trying to do more
Yeah,
upbeat
yeah,
things.
yeah,
But it's important, and the Soul Forge is all about talking about the things that people don't want to talk about.
yeah. Well, mental health is very important now because we're going through bad times at the moment, aren't we?
Oh, the last year, yeah, everybody's been losing it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what we do. You see, when what we try to do is we try to kind of like not to be kind of like get people down, but we're saying, look, we come along the side of them and go, right, okay, you've got this problem, and we come alongside with them, and we offer them on my podcast and my radio. We offer also what you call we offer them counselling because we've got several people on our team who are counsellors, so they
That's
will
important.
phone them. They will phone them and speak to them. See, so
So,
and that's yeah, that's what we do here.
okay, that's very helpful. You've got a lot of people that you've helped.
We've helped around about about 47 people so far.
That's
And
excellent.
since last July.
Okay.
Some on drugs, some alcohol, some suicidal. What else have we had? All sorts, all sorts of people really.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Anyway, anyway, I wanted to get away from that. I've listened to some of your stuff. Why I asked you to come on here, it's because I listened to some of your stuff. Some,
And what did you think?
I'm just about to tell you. Some of it I agree, some of it I agree to, and some of it I don't.
Well, that's fair. What
right,
don't you agree with?
But that's my opinion. You know what I mean? Well, there's some stuff that was coming out. I can't remember now, but it was. I don't know. It was. I just didn't agree with what some people were saying, but but that's a part of everyday life, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? But I loved your podcast. I loved it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So on the other hand, I did like it, but the trouble is because it just, I think you are genuinely interested in the person that you're interviewing.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I want to learn. That's what it's about. That's why I started it. It's a little bit of self-therapy, a little bit of talking about things that people don't want to talk about, and so I could learn about things that I don't know. So if I can get a wide variety of guests on, that's definitely always a goal.
Yeah. And so on your podcast, then, do you do it for like the numbers, or do you do it
No,
to get numbers?
I love podcasting. Like I don't have a huge audience. I would love to have a huge audience, but I don't get paid. It's just a labor of love, and if I can help one or two people out there, then it's worth it. And it's a hobby, and I've been doing it for just over 7 years, and it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? It's really good. It's really good. And so with your shows then, how often do you do your shows? Is it twice a week or?
Once, well, actually, with the 3 podcasts, each one has an episode once a week.
Right. Okay.
So for the Rusted Robot podcast, that comes out on Sundays. And if you're interested in geek pop culture, Star Trek, Star Wars, comic books, that kind of thing, every Sunday.
Like what Comic Con and all that lot, is it?
Yeah, actually, I've been to several Comic Cons and have done shows live on location.
All right.
And then with Soul Forge, that comes out every Thursday. And Cosmic Pizza comes out every Wednesday.
Now, Comic Pizza, what's that about?
Well, that is, how would I describe that? It's me and 2 British guys, and we talk about whatever comes up. Like we've, let's see, the last one we did was an interview with an author. One before that was an interview with the guy who owns Snips in Liverpool. It's one of the last 2 DVD rental stores in the country. One time we talked about living in robot bodies. Another time we talked about immortality. It's just random topics.
All right. And when you kind of like speak to these people, do you usually, so do you get, when you kind of like do you discuss what you're going to kind of like do each week? Are you going to have on?
Yeah. Not necessarily on the show itself, but we have like a Facebook chat with the three of us, and we discuss what we're going to do. Sometimes there's guests, sometimes there's not. And for Rusted Robot and Soulforge, I do all the editing and social media. For Cosmic Pizza, Paul does the editing, Dan does the social media, and I'm just the guy who talks.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. How many guests have you had on your podcast then?
On Rusted Robot, there's usually no guests.
Right.
On Soulforge, it's random. It's usually half are solo episodes with just me, and the other half are somebody is a guest or a co-host. And then with Cosmic Pizza, that's random too. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't.
Right. Okay. And how long do you do your shows for?
Rusted Robot usually lasts about an hour. Cosmic Pizza is similar. And for Soulforge here, I like to be around 20, 25 minutes. Just nice, short, bite-sized chunks where we scratch the surface of a topic, but we don't really get too far in depth. That's for you to look up after on your own time if you're interested in the topic.
Yeah, okay. Let me go through some topics with you quickly.
Sure.
And I just want to kind of like get your, as a fellow podcaster, I want to get your feedback on it.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter, what do you think about that?
That's a very important topic. I haven't really touched on it because I don't have any personal experience. I work at the post office, and we have one lady there who's black, and she's been on Soulforge quite a bit. We talked about her black experience, but I don't know very many black people, and up here in the north, it's pretty white. So I've stayed away from it, even though I'd like to discuss it. I just don't feel like I have enough information, so I don't want to screw it up.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. What other topics did I write down to take? Oh, witchcraft.
Actually, yeah, I did a one episode about a girl here in town who has recently taken up witchcraft, or at least started to study it. So I think that episode was called Witchcraft for Beginners, because she's just learning about it.
Right. Okay. Right. How about what was the other things here? Politics.
I stay away from politics pretty much.
Right. What do you think? What do you think about the Trump then situation?
I think he should have been shot years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Totally agree. Also, what else is it? Also, what do you think about this COVID situation? Do you think it's COVID, or do you think it's something else?
No, I would think it's COVID. I don't have any conspiracy theories about it. Although on Cosmic Pizza we did do a conspiracy theory episode about a month ago. But no, I think it's probably a real disease, and I don't know. It's a very complex issue.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how about what do you think about rock music?
Rock music?
Yeah.
I don't really think about it too much. I listen. I enjoy it fine, but I'd rather listen to podcasts than music any day.
Right. Okay. Sorry, it might be silly questions for you, but it's just kind of like it's just getting the feedback on some of it. It's quite good to, you know.
No, for sure. That's good. Just throw them out there, and I'll if I have a thought on it, I'll let you know.
Okay. How about the news? What do you think about the news, and do you think it's all negative and everything?
Lately, it's been a lot of negativity. We tend to here in this house watch a lot of CNN, so it's always the Trump impeachment trial or the COVID deaths or something like that. There's very little positivity on CNN actually.
Right. Okay. Okay. And what else is it? What we got on the list? Oh, right. Okay. I've got some questions now, and that questions from my people. Right. Let's go for it. How long have you been podcasting, and what was your favorite podcast?
I have been podcasting since January 1st, 2014. And some of my favorite podcasts include WTF with Mark Maron. He's a comedian in the United States, and he does a lot of interview shows. I listen to too many Star Trek podcasts. And another favorite is Dan Carlin's Hardcore History, but that only comes out every 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 5-hour episode usually, so he does a lot of research, and it's fascinating, but he needs to put up more.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Um, if one interview that you would love to do, who would it be with?
Ooh, let me think. Well, I did do an interview with my favorite author, but if I could do another one, it would probably be somebody like Patrick Stewart.
Right. Okay. You say, oh, here we go. Rob says you sound to be a Star Trek. Star Trekkie. What do you like about Star Trek, and why?
You know what? I've been a fan of Star Trek since I was like 3 or 4 years old. I've just always loved it. I love the action, the adventure, the character development, the thoughts that go behind it, and the social issues. And as you can see behind me, I've got all kinds of starships from Eagle Moss Publishing. I've got a Star Trek tattoo. It's just been something that I've loved my entire life, and I can't remember a time where I didn't like it.
Okay. What do you like best? Star Wars, Star Trek, or Empire Strikes Back?
Ooh, Empire Strikes Back is a fantastic film. But if I was trapped on a deserted island, I would take Star Trek before I would take Star Wars.
Well, that was my next question. You've probably been listening to my interviews, haven't you? What else is there? I've got no. Oh yeah. Okay, so if you won £1 million on the national lottery, what would you buy with it?
Oh, I would buy a Tesla Cybertruck.
Why is everybody going for them for Tesla?
Because it looks ridiculous. and it's all electric, so you don't need to use gas. And it's all about reducing your carbon footprint, right? So,
yeah.
Big ridiculous truck.
Okay. What did you get your partner for Valentine's Day?
I got her a bouquet of flowers. I got her a bracelet and a nightgown.
Oh, that's nice. And what else is it? God, I've got loads of them coming in. We're going to be all night, guys. We only got 5 minutes left. All right, okay, here we go. If you got stuck on a desert island, who would you like to be with and why?
I'd probably be with my fiance because I can't live without her.
Creep.
How's that for ease?
Creep. He's a creep. Right, okay. What else is it? What else we got? Oh, right, okay. What's your favourite food?
Cabbage rolls.
That was quick. Right, okay. Cabbage rolls.
Yeah.
Never heard of them before.
Oh, they're amazing if they're made right, but you can really screw them up. So it's important to find somebody who knows what they're doing.
All right, okay. What else is it? What's it like in Canada where you live?
Well, I live in a little town called Timmins. It's a mining community. I've been here 18 years, and I consider it the land that culture forgot. because if you're not into hunting, fishing, drinking, or doing drugs, then you don't really fit in. So I started a podcast to get some culture going.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I wouldn't recommend coming here.
No? Right, you get shot, don't you?
What's that?
Why is that then? Would you get shot?
There's a lot of crime here. I haven't been shot at, luckily, but
A lot of crime.
a lot of crime, a lot of drinking and drugs, and a big opioid crisis, and homeless people, and it's only like 50,000 people here, but there's a lot of issues.
Right, okay. Right. Don't go there, guys, on holiday.
Yeah, don't come here. I wouldn't recommend it.
No. Go to Disneyland instead.
Oh yeah.
Go to the White House and make see Trump. Sorry. What else is it we got here? What's your favourite film?
I've got several, but it might be RoboCop. It might be Terminator 2. Might be Forbidden Planet. If it's got robots in it, I'm going to love it.
Okay. You're mad about robots, aren't you?
Yep. I love robots. I always have.
Okay. If you had one person that you would love to interview on your show, right, who would it be? But we don't want to know about Patrick Stewart.
Okay, not Patrick Stewart. There's a girl that I was supposed to interview yesterday. Actually, her name is Alice Little. She's a sex worker in Nevada, and she's the highest paid one. And she's all over Twitter and Instagram. And I thought she would be fascinating because I don't know anything about prostitutes, and she's always very sex positive. So I wanted to interview her, and we almost did, but she had to reschedule.
All right. She's probably did a job, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much, so. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
That was easy. Easy as 1, 2, 3, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Okay, that was so, and we'll probably get... What's that, guys? Hi, Steve. Would it be possible if we could have him back again because he's interested, so we can talk about his Star Trek? And we are. Don't forget, you do like Star Trek too, Steve. Come on. I don't, guys, but I will have him back. Yes, I always do.
Good.
Right. Okay. So what I'll do is I will get my wife to contact you with another day, and we can have you come back and talk about Star Trek or whatever you're into, about robots or whatever.
Sounds good to me. Looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you so for your time, and have a good have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.
Take care.
There you go, guys. I've got to go. See you later. Bye bye.